and we would stay on the mini ramp, and we'd bring a tent. We'd stay there, you know. And
your dad and the family,
the whole family, you know. And
that's amazing.
I was super active growing up, super active. I remember my teachers wanted me to get what's that pill when they make you Ritalin? So they wanted me to take Ritalin because I'd be sitting in class like
that's so messed up, man. A kid's got too much activity. I know parents don't understand.
Like 30 minutes in, there'd be 30 minutes left of the class, and the teacher would be losing it because I'd just be like,
this kid needs a pill because he works a little faster than everybody else.
And thankfully, my pediatrician, kids doctor, was like, it's not affecting his grades. He doesn't need the pill. Like, put him into sports. And I was already like slowly getting into racing. So my dad got us into racing real young. David and I were racing. I think I was 5 or 6. And like any other supportive parent, you know, he would take us to the nationals up in Phoenix. He would obviously pay for our memberships and take us to the track 2 days a week. But it wasn't enough. It was like 2 hours a day, 2 days a week, maybe on the weekend, 4 hours. And so my mom put me into baseball straight away, like sports, like get him doing something. But the whole riding aspect came with my dad. My dad rode. Older brother got into riding. I got into racing. Obviously, I got burnt out of racing real young. Started jumping. Obviously, he was already jumping. I would see my dad, you know, do tricks. So I just thought it was cooler. Yeah. And then so on.
Nice.
The rest is history.
So I just find it very interesting that all 4 of your brothers ride BMX. You know, I feel like it's when you have that family aspect, you see it in other things. It's like, all right, 2 of them ride, and then 2 rode for a year or 2, but all of you guys are so immersed in BMX.
And they're all so good, but they're all so different too.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's everyone always mentions that. Super crazy. When I look back into how we all started, you know, David and I raced for a long time. And I might have stopped racing before David, and David was a little more, I would say, he was already trying to turn a pro. So it was like he was way more like passionate about racing than I was. And I just got into dirt jumping and just riding and stuff. So, I think just the styles and everything and how we are, like, it's just refreshing, you know, and to what you said, like, a lot of my friends that have brothers, you know, one of them probably rode for a little bit, you know, and one has a BMX bike and just cruises or they don't even ride, you know, and it's like, I get to wake up and ride with my best friends whenever I want, wherever I want. It's like, I'm never by myself. I've never been by myself. Yeah. My mom and dad did a very good job about that. My dad didn't want me riding street because he got into trouble riding street when he was younger, and he just knows how it is. Like, obviously it was still like frowned upon for a long time, where obviously getting tickets riding skate parks, like, he didn't really let me ride the local cement parks because you could get tickets and get arrested. And obviously pedaling around with my friends, you know, all the distractions that involve being out in the street, you know, and potentially getting your bike stolen from someone on the street was easy. He's always, like a parent, he was worried, you know. So my mom and dad did whatever they could. My dad sold, you know, he raced. He did drag racing for a minute. He raced Bajas for a minute. He got rid of all of his. Too, right? He had like one of the first like V-dubs, like Volkswagen Bug with hydraulics on it. And we do car shows and like break dancing and just the whole culture of music, arts. You know, he was a painter and a drawer too. Like, he was always drawing stuff and painting stuff. So it's like just the man with many talents and many crafts. So he got us super supported, you know, like.
So you say he sold some of his?
Sold some of his, yeah. Sold some of his.
So you guys could race.
So we could afford, you know, whether it was driving to California for a jam for a weekend. Yeah. And maybe we didn't have a hotel room, but Shane at the compound would let us stay in the office room, you know, and we'd come up to a Stephen Murray jam and we would stay on the mini ramp, and we'd bring a tent. We'd stay there, you know, and
your dad and the family,
the whole family, you know, and
that's amazing.
Yeah, we'd drive up and stay with our aunt in Chula Vista, but then we'd drive up all the way to Woodward, you know, and like whatever it was. So
you guys were like a team, like you guys did your own thing. Like, your dad was like the head of it was like he sponsored you guys. It was
and so he sold his cars and his motorcycles and supported us and helped build us a backyard setup. He was, like I said, he was a welder and a mechanic. Yeah. He obviously figured out like the transitions of the quarter pipes, like him being super talented at whatever he is at working, you know, he just made it happen. He built like from recycled scaffolding, like from his work.
That's amazing.
He built like the frames of the quarter pipes. He said, why am I going to make them out of wood if they're going to rot anyways? Let's make them out of aluminum. He put cement into the ground, put some support, built us a 5-foot mini ramp, from then a little box gym came upon. We built like a dirt jump, and then we were super inspired by like the Lonnie Paxton backyard.
Yeah.
We didn't have dirt. We had to get dirt brought into our backyard, and we lived in like a pretty like rough neighborhood.
Whoa.
And I think the last thing my dad wanted us to get involved was gangs or all the, you know, distractions there is growing up, you know, with the kids around and just everything that was happening around our neighborhood, you know. But
it's really cool that he was a full-on rider, and I'm sure he loved street, but he had like the idea of like, town's a little rough, let's get them a park in the backyard, make sure they don't get tickets. Like,
did everything possible to look after us, you know. And what's better to have our kids riding and doing something positive, something different. Let's build the backyard setup. There was a skate park in Tucson that I never got to ride. It was called Celestial. It was an indoor park.
It was a good park.
And so I never got to ride there. I remember watching my dad ride it every once in a while, but
I may have ridden with your dad then. If he rode Celestial all
he
the
rode
time.
Celestial, you know, and there was
because there was a contest at Celestial or a contest or two that we all went to.
Yeah, there was like a vert ramp in the back, you know.
Yeah,
if
he rode that contest, then I may have ridden with your dad. He probably beat me.
And then
in the contest.
and
there's a cat on the table.
So like long story short, that skate park closed down. They donated their ramps to churches all over Tucson.
Yeah.
And my church that we grew up going to got donated 2 5-foot quarter pipes and a Roland. And so one of those quarter pipes got stolen from the church. Like sadly got stolen. So they said, hey, well, you guys are the ones that ride. You guys should take these ramps. We took them to our backyard. And from then on, we started adding all the other things to it, you know, from building the metal scaffolds.
That was the base.
Yeah, that was the base. Yeah. And I think we still have photos of the quarter pipe, like first air ever, you know, no coping. Because I was like, what's coping? Rip that thing off. I had no idea, you know, and I was probably 12. And so didn't know how to do double pegs, but I had colorful bags because I thought it was cool. It's little things like that.
Yeah.
From riding in the front yard, racing speed bump to speed bump with my friends on our race bikes, to building a backyard setup, to having every single one of my neighbors fall into BMX, to like, I got one of my best friends.
He just like
created
our own
ecosystem.
Yeah.
You guys made it happen because there's so much. Your dad came from Mexico, which is a poor country. That's a fact. You know, nothing against it. It's beautiful, but he came here.
Yeah,
just followed his dreams. He had his kids, and he just kept everything going. You guys followed your dreams right behind him, and it's like they couldn't be more proud than you right now to be
for sure.
doing living the BMX dream for
more
real.
Than grateful. Yeah, my dad gets to come on trips every once in a while. I know we're getting ahead on the conversation, but
no, it's all good.
The things my dad never got to accomplish because there was never that financial support from his family or sponsors in general.
Yeah.
He gets to live that through us now, which is pretty incredible. Like amazing. He's gone.
And even with your family, it doesn't sound like you guys were poor by any means, but it sounds like, you know, most people who have a backyard ramp are these rich kids in Tahoe or whatever. But you guys like got a park from the church and you just did it all on your own.
We did what we could. Yeah. Like we ended up getting a foam pit from a friend.
A foam pit. See, that's like that's like what millionaires have, and you guys just like put it in your little dirt lot in the backyard.
Like my dad welded a frame, put a frame together. We put plywood together, got some pallets from the old Food City around the corner, put that at the bottom, put a tarp, you know, did everything we could to protect the foam. We were given our foam from Corbin Shira. He's like a racer from Tucson. He's one of the best racers and for me of all time, man. So underrated. But he had the foam pit at one of his rental properties of a moto guy. Long story short, they're like, hey, we need to rent this house out. And there's foam pits just been sitting in the backyard. Like, do you guys want it?
Damn.
Yeah, obviously, we did anything we could to bring the foam in.
Yeah.
Hundreds of plastic bags brought the foam into our backyard, but we had dirt in our backyard. We didn't have cement. We couldn't afford to put cement in our backyard, so we would just...
Dirt to foam.
Oh, my
dirt
God.
to foam. So,
oh, my God.
In Arizona. Rattlesnake breeding ground.
Yeah, so like...
Sounds just like hard work with like the love for what you do.
Yeah.
Just like you guys, it was so natural. Like all this stuff sounds like you need $1 million to do it, but it's just you and your family just doing what you love.
And that's the thing, you know, and I feel like getting ahead in my conversation, like